Do you remember the dream life you built for yourself by the time you're 25?
Yeah. Let's all laugh at that together.
Now you're 30-something and you don't have the car,
The job,
The business,
the spouse, and feeling a little like a mess?
we're here to tell you you're still on track to that dream and doing just fine. I'm Beleza.
I'm Kiki.
I'm Gigi, and this is your podcast. Welcome.
Welcome to 30 and a Mess. What up, y'all? What is going on? It's been a long weekend.
It feels like forever.
But it's your girl, Beleza.
It's your girl, Kiki.
It's your girl, Gigi. And if you're still here, your life is probably still in shambles. But welcome. Hope you got your mop and your bucket.
Oh, welcome. Clearly, I need to bring my mop and bucket, y'all.
Right. It's all good. We got you over here. My
fabuloso. We gonna talk about some real ish today.
Yes.
Because, as we're doing the podcast, as we're growing as people and being 30 and a mess, for real, like, we got to talk about transitions. Surprised we haven't even talked about it yet, to be real.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really thinking about, transitioning and leveling up and kind of how we all grow in that. So I guess I can ask, like, do y'all think y'all can bring all that you are to the next level, or do you feel like something gotta go, something gotta die?
I'm gonna start first. Like, I don't think you can bring everything to the next level. Like, it's the same way as when you're about to go on a flight. Like, you can't be having that overpacked bag, or you're gonna be paying those overpacked prices. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get rid of some pieces of you, because like, a lot of you can't survive in the level that you need to get to next, right? So, like, you have to, like, I feel like you do have to, like, unpack some things and kind of, like, offload some pieces of your life that cannot survive in that next level. You know what I mean? Like, you really just, you're gonna have to get rid of it, boo-boo. You're gonna have to, like, let it go. You gotta be lighter so you can take flight. Like, you can't.
I like the extra baggage
analogy.
That was good, because
it's
joints
true,
be pricey.
Yes, pricey.
Yes, like, so for example, I haven't posted stuff for the last trip, but the last trip, you know how I'll do it. So I have a whole y'all. So bear with me. Last year, one of my homegirls.
She was in Antarctica, y'all.
No, I wasn't.
She definitely went to Antarctica. Don't let her fool you.
Like the only place she hasn't been to yet.
So one of my last trips, one of the ladies that I went to the trip with, she had to pay $150 for a bag to be checked because she was 7 pounds over the 50-pound limit. 150, and then she would have to be. Yeah, she was a member of JetBlue. She was like had a membership. She had the board first stuff. She had, like, all the perks and stuff. She had the free bag checked at 50 pounds, but then 7 pounds over, they couldn't just charge her a regular $30. Like,
for real, they went. Question, was it an international flight?
Yeah, it was, but still, damn, like, still.
I'm telling you, that international flight, those international flights are bitches. Because when I go to Africa, it's like, we might as well just pack another bag.
You might as well. That's what she said too. She said, I could have brought another luggage,
another bag. Yep,
and put more stuff in that luggage too. Like, I was like, damn, 7 pounds, bro. Like, they ganking people for 7 pounds. Either way, what I'm saying is, you have to leave some stuff behind in order to get to that next level.
Because for 7 pounds, it ain't worth it, y'all.
It's not worth it. Yeah, like, the cost is not worth bringing that stuff along, right? Like, it's not worth it. What do you think, Kiki? Like, what's your synopsis of that?
No, I agree. Like, in order to get to another level, you have to drop some things. You have to drop some people. You have to drop some pieces of yourself, because you're not going to be able to lift yourself up into that next level if you don't. So I think the over baggage, I think that was a really good analogy, because that's literally what it is. Like, you cannot get on this flight until you gotta fly light. You gotta get on Spirit.
But you're gonna be paying that price, baby.
Okay, everyone, you're gonna get on Spirit Airline. You can't fly Delta, bro. Like, you gotta drop some things off.
Spirit's even worse. Spirit gonna charge you for a cup.
Yo, so I heard recently that Spirit not the worst, yo. I heard Frontier so bad that when people got on a plane, they was like, y'all already flew before, y'all know what it is. Put your seatbelts on. So we can take off.
Let me tell you, I haven't flown Spirit. I did fly Frontier one time. And that one time, at first I was like, it's not that bad. Then it got bad. And I was like,
it gets bad real quick.
It got bad real quick.
Too soon out here.
Yeah, I spoke way too soon. But to your point, I mean, you guys pretty much y'all explained it well. I don't really even need to add on to it. I do feel like to elevate, you gotta drop some stuff. Erykah Badu knew what she was talking about years ago.
I know, right? But do you think it's like dropping stuff, or do you think it's like transforming stuff?
I think it's dropping stuff.
Okay.
I think it's dropping stuff.
Okay. I think it's dropping stuff because you don't need it where you're going.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Like, we don't even need that. And if we do need something, we'll just buy it. We'll buy it while we're there.
When we get there. It's cheaper to buy it there. It's cheaper to buy it there.
Yeah, but it's mainly
pounds.
Yeah, but what you have to do is look at it like it's your stepping stone to get over to the next level. So in order for you to use your stepping stone, you have to put it on the ground, step on it, and then get over. So I think you don't need it.
That. Come on, y'all preaching today. What's going on? Okay, so all right, so back to elevating. Come on, stepping stone. So what are some of the things that people told you as you took that stone step?
Dang, I think one of the first things people start telling me when they start seeing you like get into the next level, they always be like, don't change. Like, don't lose who you are, or don't, don't change is one of the biggest ones. But I feel like more people need to start saying change in the right ways. Like, don't tell me not to change, because like, obviously I have to change. Like, who I am right now, I'm not gonna be who I need to be in the next year or 2 years or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, they also tell you stuff like, don't be out here acting different. Don't forget me when you get to the top. Like, don't forget you when I get to the top. You forget me while we're at the bottom. I'm asking you to go up to things and you're not even like there. You forgot me first.
You don't even post none of my stuff.
You don't post my stuff. Like, how come you're not famous yet? Because you ain't post my
stuff.
I think that's the important part of growing and changing. Like, you do have to find coaches along the way.
Oh, yes.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Do
you have to develop mentors.
Do y'all all have coaches right now, or mentors, or somebody you at least look up to that you talk to every now and again?
I will say that I have mentors that I can reverberate back to. Mm-hmm. I'm not using them the way that they should be used currently, though. And that does have to change, because I am in a certain season of my life right now that I absolutely need mentors. But I do have people that I can revert back to, yes.
That's good. So you're not utilizing your resources.
I'm not utilizing my resources.
That gotta change, Kiki. That gotta change, baby.
That does have to change.
You gotta use people.
But I don't right now, only because I'm going through such a huge transition with regards to like my mental capacity. So I'm like in therapy, y'all already know that.
Yeah.
I will give you guys an update probably like the end of December, early January. But now I'm once a week, so
I still look at that as like using your resources and talking.
But it's not like mentor. It's not like a mentorship right now.
It's not.
I'm not using that right now.
Yeah, but you have somebody coaching you through something.
Do what?
To be better.
Nah. I go in there, I talk to her, and then I be internalizing. She don't talk about what I want to talk about. Cause
that's a good coach.
As she shouldn't.
Right. That's a coach. Coach is gonna see what's breaking you down, and how can we use that to make it better.
I'm paying too much for that, if that's the case. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I get it.
I get it. I'm trusting the process.
Yes.
Because y'all both know how I like to take control of a lot of things. And this is one of the things I really can't take control. I have to let the process be what it is. And so I can reap that growth. So right now I don't have the mentorship, but I am getting the stuff that I need to be mentally prepared for the next level.
I actually have, I feel like I have mentors and inspo that I can talk to and reach out to, and I do utilize them. It's more so in I realize I have certain groups, and I feel like I have a group of people who inspire me, that allow me to be in, or grace me to be in at the table. And those moments are very precious for me. So I kind of use that and grow with. What are some of the things that people told you on Elevating?
Oh.
She's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Like, fuck them people.
No, I'm in a stage of working on elevating now, and we could talk about that. But a lot of it's negative, like because a lot of people just want you to not change. So a lot, and granted, I'm not telling them what I'm doing. So a lot of people are just like, "Oh, I see you." Too busy for me now, or
Yeah.
I see you don't check in no more, or I see that you just be, ever since you got that ring, you just doing your own thing. It gets deep, y'all.
They starting. Tell them your friends got paws that they would put up on them. Just tell them that.
Bro, when I tell you, bro, and the funny thing is the level of elevation I'm trying to get to and what I'm doing has nothing to do with me getting married. The marriage is literally it's low on the totem pole.
It's been there. That's been there.
But either way,
Right.
You're going from being single to married, so you do have to consider your other person a different way. So yes, you are transforming, but just not in the way that they think.
Yeah.
Yes, but even the considering my better half in a different way, he literally I still haven't even changed that yet. Like that hasn't even happened yet. Like so that's why I'm
like, gonna be sick of you.
Oh, they gonna be sick of me, girl.
They're gonna be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me.
Girl, we haven't even started the process of changing for, being better for the marriage. So that's why I was like, wow, y'all feel this way of me just elevating myself. Like me trying to be better for myself. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
Okay, give us a few phrases of what they tell you though. Like what's some of the stuff? Because somebody is listening, right? And they probably have that same phrase that they need to hear to really tune in where they need to tune in.
It's exactly what I said. Like a lot of times, like one thing people know about me is that I don't call nobody. It's not because I don't love you. It's not because I'm not checking it, but I really just don't call nobody. And I have this one particular associate, girl, life be busy.
She said, I just don't call nobody.
I just don't. But if you call me, and I'm not saying that people have it should be one way like that, but if you call me, I'm all the way willing to answer the phone, talk, all that stuff. That's never the problem. But it's just this one associate in particular that wants to be my friend, and she feels like my time belongs to her. And she's just always,
I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
On this platform, it don't belong to you, shorty. Back up.
Bro, I got one person that my time belongs to, and her name is Beleza. Okay.
Okay. All right.
First and foremost, your time belongs to God.
Okay, that too.
If they don't like the way that God is moving you in the direction that you need to be moved to, they need to get up with him first of all.
Y'all woke up today ready to preach. Y'all woke up. Y'all did.
I did. I've been getting better with my reading and praying.
Yeah, y'all read. Everybody read their Bibles this morning. Everybody read their
We
Bibles.
out here.
That is the true elevation right there.
Nobody talks about that though. Like you got to be spiritually protected too. Like when you're
you gotta be
elevating,
lifted.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, because it's going to come at you in every corner.
Yes, no matter what your religion is, you have to be fortified in your religion spiritually, so you can be good with what you're doing. No matter where you're moving, because you're gonna get to that high level without your spirit intact, and you're gonna be miserable.
For real, you're gonna get shot up. You're gonna get shot up. You got to duck and weave, and God will duck and weave you.
Yo, you can't be using that kind of phrase. I'm from New Haven, that's mad literal.
No, for real. Sometimes you gotta be literal with these folks.
You're right. You
gotta be literal with these folks. It's real out here.
It
is. Yeah, because I know real rap. All jokes aside, I was talking to somebody and they were saying, I said something about, have you ever something? It was a question, and he was like, now I'm just so grateful and blessed because I got shot up last year. And it was just somebody who was trying to rob me, and I'm just clearly walking in the wrong place and wrong time. So I'm just blessed to be here. And he got shot up. He was like, I still got bullets in me. I'm just grateful to be here.
Oh, so he literally got shot up. Like,
Literally.
how many times he said he got shot? Because
I
now
have
I'm
to go back and
invested. Now
check.
that you told me the story.
You're right. I gotta go back and check, but it was a few times, and I know some are still embedded in him. So,
Yeah.
like,
Damn.
to be
Sir,
alive is real.
I'm so grateful that you're alive. If you're out there listening, I'm so
Yes.
grateful you're alive, and
So grateful.
I'm so grateful for you sharing that viewpoint.
Yeah,
man.
But that's why I'm like, sometimes you got to be literal, because some people don't
Yeah.
think. Some people think that's not real life. It's real life out here.
Every day, B.
We out here every day, B.
Big fact. Big fact.
Everybody eats, bruh.
So for me, yes, people have told me some wild stuff, elevating just the other day, because y'all, I'm gonna keep it buck with y'all. I don't go out like I used to. I used to live that life. I used to be in the streets, right? In these streets, probably like a year and a half before COVID, I stopped. I stopped clubbing. I stopped doing a lot of things because I wanted to elevate. In order to elevate, Shorty had to save money. So in order for Shorty to save money, that brunching and clubbing had to go. Something had to go. And let me tell you, my traveling wasn't going nowhere. But I even had to talk with Kiki. Kiki sat me down too. Says you can't travel like you used to. Well, how much are you trying to elevate, right? So I stopped a lot of things, and people just started feeling like I was boring.
Yo, I'm sad because I think that's something I have to stop soon too. The traveling part. America, y'all draining me dry with these prices to travel. Oh, like why y'all treat Americans like that? Like, why I'm going from state to state for like 500, 600.
Right.
I was over there in Europe. I was going from country to country for like $60,
right,
$70.
Y'all killing me with these. And the flights are just the most expensive.
It is.
Once I get to my destination, I'm chilling.
You chilling, yeah. It's the flight.
Man,
they gouging you. You're like, you know what? I'll walk. You think I won't walk? Because I will.
Like, try me. I will get this bicycle. I will force jump it. I will
the
force
bicycle.
jump it. All up and through the state. Y'all killing me. And then ask me why my legs so thick. Because these flights are crazy. Why your legs so thick? That's why. That's why. But no, I'll get the, have you ever gone out before? Like, you need to go out more. Oh, you stay in the house too much. And mind you, they don't know where I'm at. They just don't see me. I think that's what kills me the most. Just because you don't see me don't mean I'm in the house.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's just not in spaces you're at, but spaces you're at, you're just spending a whole bunch of money, and then you're sitting there talking about, well, it's more so the conversation and being around people. Yeah, but I don't have to be there.
I'm going to be paying $300 to talk to somebody. Shoot, if that's the case, I'm about to go talk to everybody that's on the streets. Like, I'm about to talk to people who are already in places that are unfortunate. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go talk to. Like, I don't want to be paying $300, $400, like at night, because I'm drinking and having a good time.
And then half of it is gossip anyways. Half of it is gossip anyways. And I just don't feel like it.
When people start gossiping, I start getting tired. I do. I'm like, oh, look at the time.
I'm like, So speaking of, since we've all had those people always asking a whole bunch of questions, what are some of the, because clearly while you're incognito, what are some of the habits that you've inherited or want to inherit?
Dang, that's a good question.
For me, I'm learning to utilize my time better. That's where I'm at right now, trying to figure out how to rework a schedule that I was so used to and make it work for me a little bit better. Also trying to rework my finances a little bit better as well.
Yeah.
And also trying to incorporate things that make me feel good. Because I think a lot of, like, before, it was more so focused on other people and other people's time and doing what other people want. So this time around, I'm kind of trying to inherit the habits of
rewind it back.
And doing other people's time and what other people want. But this time, I'm trying to inherit the traits of, okay, focus on Kiki first, make sure Kiki's good first, and then see if you have time to focus on others. So those are like some of the habits I'm working on currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now that you said that, I get it. I get it now. So one of the habits I'm definitely working on is organization, because whenever I get in like productive mode or creative mode or like any type of like things that are not at work, my organization at home goes out the window completely. And Blazer, you live with me, so you
Yeah.
know how bad it could get. Like, I'm not nasty, like you won't see like
Yeah, y'all,
food and
she's
stuff everywhere,
not dirty.
but you'll
She's
see clothes
messy, but she is not dirty.
yeah, like you'll see clothes unfolded, but they're clean on the bed, pushed over. You'll see paperwork unorganized, like all over the place. Like, but you won't see like dust or like some nastiness or like just
and that's
trash.
why I never cared. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. All of this is, I don't care. Nothing smells.
So
nothing's dirty.
No, exactly.
And she always kept everything on her side. So
Literally.
Yeah.
And I knew where everything was at. Like, you asked me what
You
something,
did.
I knew exactly where it's at. So I'm working on organization, because that is, as I'm getting busier and busier, I have to be way more organized at home. Like, I need to be able to pick up, I need to be able to stop home, pick up when I need, and run. Like, I don't have time to be looking through things. That's one thing. Another thing I'm looking to improve is my communication. I've been working on that a long time. I'm a very uncommunicative person. I've never really had to explain what I'm doing or where I'm going or the moves I'm thinking about. But as I'm collaborating more and I'm meeting more people, people do want to sign up for my dreams and what I'm working toward. And so in order for them to do that, they need to have a little bit more information. And so, yes, they have to ask certain questions. And yes, I have to give them certain information if I want them to be a part of that. And so I'm working on that, because, I'd be like, why you asking me all those questions? Why you need to know this? Let me just move how I move. I feel attacked. Like, no, baby, ain't nobody attacking you. Like, it's okay. You don't have to do it by yourself no more, baby. We got you here. We got you.
We're here.
So I'm working on that. Another thing I'm working on is being a leader in a different way, because like with leadership, you not only have to lead, but you have to be able to coach your team. Like, you have to be able to coach in a way that they feel competent and that they feel like they can take the reins themselves. Meanwhile, I'll be like, oh, here's the work. This is how you do it. And go. And they're looking at me like, what you mean? I'm like, yeah, go. Here's the stuff. Here's the steps. And read it by yourself and go over there and do it. But I think that was one of the struggles. Like, you guys know, I had a hard time with my team that I've been working with coming into New York. But I learned that it's because my coaching style is horrendous for them. Like, they don't work the way that I want them to work. So I have to meet them where they are. So I'm learning that. Oh, I'm working on my fitness, of course, and eating differently. I used to be very disciplined with that, but the last 2 years, like, it's been an understanding. I've been eating like a garbage disposal. Like, I'll be full and I'll still eat some more. Like, it's just out of hand. It's getting out of pocket now.
You're like all real monsters.
Literally. What else am I working on? I'm working on so many different pieces of. Oh, and then I think my style is changing, y'all. But I'm also not at the weight that I want to be at, so I don't even want to buy clothes. So I'm like in that rough transition period. And then I also need to work on speaking a little bit slower and using my actual voice, because a lot of people don't hear my actual voice. My voice is a lot deeper.
I don't know. Is it?
Girl, I'm very white over here. I'm very white over here. I'm just
I was like, wait a minute.
I'm kidding. But when I say real voice, I mean like the things that I want to say. I'm trying to get better at not finessing it, but I'm trying to get better at speaking in a way that I can be truthful and be myself and be like blunt without slicing people up. Like, there has to be a way for me to, like,
there's
package it. I gotta package it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna piggyback off of what you just said. So instead of me trying to package it, I'm trying to steer away from people who don't have, and I'm gonna say it, who don't have the common sense to understand me.
Damn, they gotta have common sense.
Yeah, I think
common sense not really common, is it?
I'm gonna say it, whether people agree with it or not. But I think there's a point where you can limit what you say so things don't cut. People know that I'm blunt, but I've been working on it, right? But then there's also a point where it's like every little thing is sensitive to someone, and I'm not gonna sit here and enclose who I really am because you're sensitive about me saying, hey, can you move that pillow? And you mad because I didn't say please. Like, oh my gosh, it was a question.
You're gonna be like, you know what? Move. I got it.
I'ma just move it. But there's people who literally, because before, I think it was the way I grew up, like telling someone was also a question. So, hey, can you, move the plate? You know what I'm saying? But people understood I was saying, like, can you move the plate? Which I realized it's not a question.
But Liza,
let me ask the question. So now I start asking questions like, hey, can you move the plate? Now can you move the plate, please? Like, damn. So when I get to move the plate, please, what's next?
Exactly. That's leveling up. Exactly.
Is it leveling up?
Yes.
Or is it somebody changing you?
No, it's leveling up because we're going to be in different circles that people that don't communicate the way that we communicate, right? Even on that communicate episode that we talked about, like you have to communicate the way that your audience receives, right? Excuse me, I'm still like under the weather. But in order to like get to that next level, you have to learn different communication styles because everybody is from a different background.
Exactly. But if I'm going to be in a space that is me, because we're going back to spaces that is for me.
Yeah.
Not in being in room boards. Because again, code switch. This is how I got far in corporate America.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about like your personal? Like
I'm talking about
personal. You kicking back with?
I started off with personal.
So is that so one of the things you're working on is moving yourself from those kind of environments altogether?
Yes. So how challenging has it been to start new habits and change old ones?
It's not that bad when you're focused on starting a new habit versus ending an old one. Like I don't focus on stopping an old habit when I'm transitioning, when I'm moving. I just focus on, okay, this is a new habit I need to have. Like I need to be able to get up and make my bed every day. Before, I'm not thinking about breaking the habit of not making my bed in the morning. I'm just thinking about, okay, today's day one, each day. Today's day one, make the bed. Today's day one, make the bed. And before I know it, that becomes one more habit that I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Kiki?
It's difficult for me. I'll be honest. And the reason
it's hard.
It's hard for me because for one, it's really easy for me to fall back to the level of comfort that I'm in. So anytime that something gets too much or I feel like I'm really straining to knock down a new door, I immediately fall back to a place of comfort and then I have to start day one all over again. And another reason why it's hard is because I'm also one of those people that try to do so many things at once. So like if I'm trying to change all of myself, I'm trying to change all of myself at one time versus saying, okay, let me take this piece and work on moving the mode on here. And then now that I got it here, let me go back and take this piece and start to move that forward. And I'm realizing if I do it that way, it will get me a lot farther, but it's hard for me to transition my mind to actually do the actions of it. Because I can think of it all day. I can come up with the strategy, the plan. What is it going to look like if I do it this way versus that way? But to actually now take the steps has been very difficult for me.
I'm where Kiki is. I'm tired of restarting day one. And I need to find a way how I'm going to change that. Especially like, I think the two biggest ones is probably working out and waking up early. Those are the two, like, I'm tired of restarting day one. So has it been emotional for you?
Absolutely. And it's been emotional because I'm look at me getting all choked up. No, I'm just kidding. Eating y'all as usual. But it is emotional because like there are pieces of you that you enjoy, right? Like you reflect on, oh, I used to be this way or I used to be that way. Like life was so good when I was this way. Like you enjoy moments of your life and you will go through a point of your growth where you feel like you are not yourself. You don't identify yourself. You don't know who you are. So that's a little bit saddening. Yeah, it is. It has like a little bit of a mourning period. But when you start seeing the other side of it, when you start seeing the benefits, it does get better.
What are you trying to kill? You trying to kill something. How does it not get, how does it not get a little morbid?
Yeah, I'm
I'm not emotional. But You know, I always think with logic, but I am trying to identify emotion along the way. I will say that. Just because I feel like I have to tap into that to become better. So it's once again one of those hard things to do, but I'm working on it.
For real. I'm like, you ain't shed a tear yet. Everybody in the room's crying.
No, I
Nothing.
haven't.
I'm
My therapist actually got me close one day because I was like, you didn't have to read my rights like that. Like, girl. She definitely got me close one day.
Let me tell you, I've seen Kiki probably emotional maybe 5 times. And that's including anger, right? So not even so much tears.
Dang, out of 15 years? Dang!
That's a lot. I will say when she did cry, I knew shit was real.
It was like,
but even that was like, she took like 6 minutes to cry and was like, okay, I'm good. Like, what?
No, but I have to learn that emotions are okay because the latter part of my years, everybody has told me like being emotional was not good. Like they were just like, you have to get control of yourself. You need to get control of your emotions. You should not be feeling like this. You're taking it too far. All this stuff. So I learned it. I learned how to get control of it, but I think I got too much control over it now. So now I have to learn how to relinquish some emotion so people don't think I'm a fucking robot.
Oh, it's cute.
But not everybody deserves to see that emotion either, because
no.
As you're growing and as you're developing, you meet some people who be trying to suck the life out of you. Like if you show too much emotion.
Ooh.
Yeah, only certain people could see that level.
Yeah.
Like if I cry, like know that if I'm crying, it's really for a reason. And there's not that many reasons out here for me to cry. So
and I think that comes with our whole group, like all of our groups, you know. But we are comfortable around each other to have a moment, which is really good because outside world is hard. But yeah, I mean, I think any transition is emotional because I mean, it's going back to what Gigi stated, like things are gonna get morbid, and it's you know, like you start questioning yourself, and that gets you emotional too, because it's like, am I supposed to be doing this? Ooh, this doesn't feel right. But they say it's supposed to feel uncomfortable, but is it really uncomfortable? And then the questions just keep rolling and rolling and rolling. And then I think that alone will get you emotional in however you feel, whether it's tears, whether it's frustration, whether it's anger, whether it's fuck this, and I'm gonna try another day, you know?
Or you ever got to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna change. I'm just gonna go back. Let me go back.
Yeah.
But then when you go back, you can never see the situation the same way again, right?
Yeah, your mentality changes.
Yeah, your eyes open to something different.
Your mentality.
You're a different person at that point. Like you killed that old part of you. So now you're going back to an old situation with different eyes.
Yeah,
like
that's why I think that's where I am with food. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. For those that don't know, I went vegan a whole year. And so it's so hard. So it's like, you don't have a choice but to go back. I don't think you have a choice to go back. So you just got to do it. You got to go back. You just have to go back.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, I'm really about to do this. Yeah, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
The way your mindset is fucking with you.
Yep.
It's fucking with you. So have you had to kill off certain friendships because you've grown or elevated?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Are you orgasming or
both? No, I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness. Yes, I've had to kill off certain friendships. Like I used to be able to hang around people who don't talk about anything, kind of just like chill. They're just like there for the vibes. But now I feel like I'm losing brain cells. Like I can't have any interactions with people like that because it pisses me off. I feel like I'm wasting time. Like, why are we sitting here grinning like we're winning? Like, no, like we're not doing anything. We're out all the time. We're just doing shisha, which is another word for hookah. Like, we're not really like learning anything. We're not growing. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time day in and day out with you. So I need to you need to like stimulate my mind too, because I feel like those people like that look for me to be the entertainment, and I'm not always the entertainment. Sometimes I just want to just chill. Like most of my friends I hang out with, even if I'm coming over to take a nap, we be having a great time. Like it's not, I don't have to be the entertainment. So
Yeah.
I've had to kill off people who are looking for me to be the entertainment. I had to kill off people who are negative. Like everything is negative. Like, oh, she see me sitting here, she looking at me crazy, or they doing this, they're not gonna come take our order. Like people like that, nah, we not friends. I'm not hanging out with you. Like if you like that, when we hang out one time, you ain't gonna never see my ass again. You hear me? You can never see me again. You're gonna see me, I'm gonna be going the other direction. I'm gonna turn around like I wasn't even going into that store. Like I don't care what I need in there. If I see you in there, I'm not even gonna interact. I've had to like definitely cut off certain types of just people, and it's not the person themselves, it's their behavior, it's their characteristics that don't match with mine anymore. Because of, I like people who feel good, I like people who are happy, I like people who look at the brighter side of things. Like I don't like people who are always looking for the negative. Like if you're always looking for the negative, oof, we ain't gonna mesh. Nope.
It's not gonna end well. What about you, Keeks?
I haven't had to physically kill off friendships. They kind of killed themselves off. So it was more so like in the transitional phases, it's kind of like they just kind of died out and I just didn't resuscitate.
DNR.
DNR. Goodbye. So I think I've only had to, I'm actively now killing off one. I call her an associate, but I know she wants me to be a friend, but there's only one that I'm really cutting ties with. Like I'm actively making the motions to cut the ties. But other than that, anything in the past, it has just kind of fell off. And I was okay with that because I already knew that either they were leveling up and I wasn't moving where they were going to, or I was leveling up somewhere and they can't come with me there. So
sometimes it's where Kiki stated, and sometimes it's a bloodbath.
I like that.
But either way, it's never dramatic, if that makes sense. It's never dramatic. It's still let it go. But in my head, I'm either saying, oh, we drifted apart, it is what it is. Or I'm like, oh, they're dead to me. And that's it. But either way, and I'm keeping it buck. That's what I say. I'm like, dead to me. Kiki knows this all too well. You're dead to me. And when I say you're dead to me, that's it. I don't wish you no ill will. I'm not going around talking junk. I don't say nothing. I just be like, you're dead to me. I'm straight.
Yeah, so I think that I cut people off so hard I don't even remember who they are. I've been getting friend requests of people that we have mutual friends, but I don't remember that person.
I think you black out when you do your bloodshed.
You think so?
Yeah.
Cause like, I'm like, why does
you block it out?
Look familiar with the face. I don't know who the hell this is. Like, delete request. Like, I don't even like.
You black out. You black out. Black out. Those memories go with it. It's a thing.
Do you think that's like a part of growth, or you think that's like unconsciously that we're doing that on purpose?
It's kind of a toxic trait, and I only say that because I have that. I'm learning that I have that as well when it comes to dating. I'll block out certain things and then talk about stuff, and then somebody remind me, well, they did X, Y, and Z. Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess. But so I think it's a toxic trait. But as long as you're aware of it and you're working on it,
yeah,
I think you're fine. Have you had to change your physical appearance to get where you're going?
I'm sorry. Y'all know once I start laughing, it's hard to pump the brakes.
Come back.
Okay. For physical appearance, I really haven't had to change that. Just because I work in an environment where people don't look like me, and I'm pretty sure I'm not like the attractive one of the environment. But on the outside of the other stuff that I'm working on, other places that I want I think I will need to change my appearance in a way that is more aesthetically pleasing. Like I need to change my wardrobe a little bit more. The weight I need to change a little bit, but that's gonna come with me working out more. So I'm not really worried about that. And then my hair is gonna be what my hair is gonna be. You're gonna take it or leave it because this was growing out of my head, or this is what I'm attaching to my head. So either way, you're gonna take it. Either way. Either
I'm
way.
here for it. I'm here for it. What about you, Keith?
Yes, I do think I have to. Yes. No, I think I have to change physical appearance in all ways in order to level up, which is what I'm working on quietly, but currently. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think you have to be physically attractive to level up. Like in terms of you have to look a certain way weight wise, or at least everything has to be proportioned. Your clothes have to be of style, maybe not of like the walkway style, but something that someone can turn their eye to. In terms of my hair, I'm with Gigi. Like the way my hair is what it is. However, I do know I want to change my hair. I want my hair to keep growing. So like even recently I stated to my fiance that I'm thinking about doing a year of wigs so that I can not manipulate my hair so much.
Yeah.
And allow it to grow on its own. So just making those small changes. I do want to keep a natural look, but let makeup enhance some attributes of myself. But I think all of that will help me to push to the next level because I do think the physical appearance have to be up to par in order to get there.
Especially for women, because there's some entertainment that I'm like, damn, bro, like you must be funny as hell. Yeah. Or you must have really good connection because damn.
Yeah.
But even then, sometimes if you see sometimes we're coming in at a different chapter in their life, right? So if you look at a previous chapter, you can see how they got there. You can kind of see where the elevation went, and then once they got there, they just kind of let it go, or they got comfortable, or they just reverted back. But
let it go.
You got to change that. You got to change some physical stuff to get up there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like the more my physical appearance changed, the more my opportunities came. And there's not even a backstory. It's just what has happened. But I do believe, how you feel and look on the outside is going to attract how you feel and look on the inside too. And happier people get better blessings.
Absolutely.
At least that's what I've noticed. Okay, so what are some of the things that irritate you now? Or something that didn't irritate you before, like you're now noticing?
Oh my gosh. So y'all know I'm from money making, pistol waving, New Haven. Y'all know that's where I'm from. So I visit every so often. And I remember like being one of those loud kids on like the bus or laughing all loud, acting all crazy. And now I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or because now I see how things appear, but it annoys me to see it. I'm like, dang, like
annoys you to see what though?
Like the rambunctiousness, like laughing all loud, bumping into people, like just being all unaware of your like surroundings and time and placing for certain behaviors. That's one thing that annoys me. I used to not be fazed by seeing homelessness, but that annoys me now because I know that it's preventable, and because I've been in seen a area where homelessness was taken care of differently. So that annoys me. What else annoys me? Quite a few things, but I'm not gonna give y'all the whole list because
you good.
It's still adding. It's still stuff adding.
For me, it's just closed-mindedness in people. Like before, it never bothered me just because I felt like everybody is just kind of growing in their own and figuring things out. But the older that I'm getting to this big old age of 33, I'm just like, if you are in your 30s or above, for some reason, like if you have a level of closed-mindedness on any topic today, I'm just like, I'm good, love, enjoy.
Yeah.
Like if you're not
Cold-blooded.
even willing to hear somebody else out in terms of their side of things, and don't get me wrong, I feel like you can have a debate. I think you can disagree with somebody and just agree to disagree. Like, but at least you heard my side as to why I feel this way, and could be like, okay, I could see that, but this is why I think differently. If I can't have that style of conversation with people, it irks me. Like immediately, I'm gonna just be quiet because I don't think your mind can level up.
Immediately, no.
Yeah, just immediately, I'm like, oh, I'm wasting my breath. Absolutely gonna be quiet.
Kiki. That's a good one.
So Kiki kind of went in where I was heading. I think just to add to everything y'all was saying, so it's not redundant, is culturally, listen, you can live in a town for 50 years, and I am absolutely okay with that, and still grow and learn so many things. But what I will not put up with is you talking about other cultures that you haven't seen, or other parts of the country that you haven't seen, and acting as if you know exactly what it's like.
Yes, they're
baby boy, baby girl, have a seat.
Have a seat now.
Have a seat. Like I said, speak to your experiences, but don't speak culturally or don't speak on other things you are unaware of. Now, if you read a book and you know, and you bring that into reference and things like that, okay, I see what you're talking about. This, that, and the third. But don't speak on a place that you know nothing about. Do not.
Yo, I'm glad you mentioned that. There was a person from TikTok that talked about, remember the fufu challenge thing when people were trying fufu with the soup, and she was like, listen, I don't know why people who only eat chicken nuggets and french fries, or eat their chicken with just salt and pepper is spicy for them, are out here trying cultural foods and then talking about it like they have a palate when they do not have a palate. They have not tried other foods. They should not be adding to the conversation when chicken nuggets and french fries from McDonald's is their reference. She was going off. She was going off, and she listed the different challenges that was presented on TikTok, and fufu was one of them. Because like I remember that whole thing. Like I like fufu. I don't know about y'all. I'm American, but I like me some fufu. Like, but I also like other cultural foods. But I also come from a family that seasons their food. So there's there's that. I can have a little bit more of a say on that. But I thought that was really like insightful, because we have so many people who are speaking, like you said, they haven't experienced anything, right? And they haven't like seen other things, and so they're speaking as if their view is valid. Like like they act like they have like the cert on it, like I know, even though I've never seen it, I've never experienced it, but this is crazy, or this is that, or
my situation's worse than somebody else's situation over in Asia.
Yes.
What?
Like what?
You don't even know. You don't even speak another language. Like you don't even attempt to speak.
That's when you gotta get quiet on them.
That's the whole point of growing and living and experiencing life, is to go to, like, America alone is filled with so many different cultures just based on the region.
Yeah.
So, like, y'all go to the Midwest. Go to the South. Just do different things. Just try it. To Kiki's point, if you don't rock with it, then you don't rock with it. But try it. Try it. Or we can agree to disagree. If you don't like it, cool. We can agree to disagree, but there's no need for the disrespect.
Yes. The other day, somebody tried to offer me chicken feet, y'all. Like I just can't bring myself to eat it.
Right.
I'm with you.
I said,
it looks weird.
Yeah, I can't.
It looks weird.
Yeah, it looked crazy. I said, go ahead and enjoy it because it's probably really good. But as for me, I don't want no chicken feet. It was like, but you haven't tried it before. I said, okay, I haven't tried it, but some things you can't come back from trying. So that's not something I don't think I can recover from. So I'm not gonna try that. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be the same about food if I eat some damn chicken feet. Like, I'm just not gonna be able to eat food. Like, I'm disgusted by how it looks.
And it's crazy because I won't eat chicken feet, but like half of my life I ate cow feet. So, but again, different texture.
And pig feet, right? Yep.
It just looks different. Okay, because of things that irritate you or things that are like ignorant or stuff, has there been any point in time where like you had to change your number or your social media or block somebody Or did you feel like you had to change something so certain people wouldn't reach you as you elevated?
Yeah, but I don't know if I changed it because I moved to different countries or if I changed it because of the actual circumstances. So it's kind of murky for me. But there has been people I had to block on all my medias, like, girl, block them on everything. They still figure out a way to send me a damn email. But like, yeah,
absolutely. Email.
Yo, email. I was like, how the hell they got my email?
And they got your junk email as well. Like,
but that's whenever that happens for me, that's a testament that I didn't F up, right? Like, because I am very abrupt with cutting people off sometimes. And I be feeling like remorseful. Like, I'm like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have cut this person off. But then they do some stuff like that, like, and I'm like, nah, I was in the right. Like, like they had to go.
It had to be done. Keeks.
I've blocked numbers. I never blocked anybody off of social media, so they probably could still access me there. But I've definitely blocked numbers before. I don't know if it was necessarily because of change or because they were just being idiotic, but it has happened.
Yeah, I never had to change anything. And if you ain't rock with me or you feel some type of way, I mean, just either stop calling me or block me on social media or whatever. But I just never felt like the need. Now there was probably like one or two people I had to like block. They took it too far.
Like, someone always gotta go left.
Yeah, like one old boy, he took it way too far because he still had access to me, and I was just like, I gotta block you. I never thought I would have to block somebody. I'm like, block. And then it started feeling good. I'm like, I see why people block people.
It's so amazing. It get all peaceful after you block people.
It started getting fun. It just started getting fun after that. Block, 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 block.
Block, 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 block.
So do you measure yourself with people already in positions that you want? Or do you kind of just see them as inspiration and you just, you make your own way? Or do you feel like you literally compare yourself even though you're not there yet, but that's where you want to be, so you compare yourself with them?
Man, that's a good question. Like, you see them looking like they're having the time of their life, right? But then as you become more wise, as you grow more, you don't know what they had to exchange for that. Like, you don't know the sacrifice they had to make. And so for me, I try my best not to get wrapped up in what I see. And I try to focus on, okay, like, what are some of the sacrifices I'm going to have to make? Or are those sacrifices that I want to make? Like, like I said, like, if your spirit not in the right place and you doing all these things, you get into where you want to go, but your spirit not in the right place, you're suffering inside. Like, no matter how much it looks like you're living the life, right? Yeah. So I just look at them as like a buoy, right? So you know which way to swim type thing. Like, how far out to go type thing. Like, I look at them, okay, they're there. Do I want to get to that point? And as I swim a little bit closer, I'm like, okay, I see what actually is holding them down, or actually is like they're there, but I don't want to go that direction directly. So I'm going to go this way, but I like these pieces. So I kind of just piece together my goalposts based on what seems like it's possible to do and what I am willing to sacrifice to get there. So I try not to not idolize, but I try not to like compare, because comparison makes me really sad. So I try not to do it.
And it's true.
Piggybacking off of Gigi, I agree. Like, it's kind of like they are they kind of staple, like, okay, I know I kind of want to get there. So let me see what they did to get there. And then let me alter and tweak based off of what my circumstances are. Because like she said, I don't know what there's like. A lot of times you don't know what somebody's story is or what they had to do. And that's not going to always work for you and what you got going on in your life. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's story is different. So a lot of times you can see somebody who's in a position that you're in and say, okay, I want to get there. Let me know what is your foundational traits that got you to where you are. And let me see if I can either use those same foundational traits, but if I see that doesn't work, let me go ahead and start to alter and tweak it to where it works for me. That way I can create my own path. But either way, I'm getting in that direction. And sometimes you can create a whole nother level by doing that. You can create a level above them. You can create a level that is equal to them, but not necessarily where they are.
Mhm.
But I think it's okay to use people as a starting point to say, okay, this is where I think I want to be. Because, you know, we always said, like, if you get there and you realize it sucks,
Go back. Time to go.
oh, shit, this is not what I wanted. But
Where am I?
But you know, you can always take somebody's experience and say, I think that's exactly what I want, but I'm just gonna take certain traits of this and make my own. So that's me. Like, I don't try to do people's exact path, but I just try to take certain traits and work it where it works for me.
Yeah. Ditto. So, I mean, with that being said, are you okay with killing off pieces of you, like overall?
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
So hard.
Bye.
Is it hard though?
Yes.
Listen, if I had a stamp, I just like a passport. Why can't life be like that? Right?
Like a passport?
Yeah, you know how like when they be like, "What are you here for?" Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. When are you leaving? How long are you here for? All right, cool. Stamp, close.
Yo,
they hand it right back to you and you're gone, right? Yo, I'm a lot of travel references, y'all. Sorry. Can you tell we travel a lot? I'll make it like a book or a TV show or something.
Yes, please.
But like every time you level up, it's a passport thing. It's like it's gonna be like a Black Mirror episode type shit.
Yo, that was wild.
Do you feel like currently, since you don't mind, that you're killing like your ego or you're killing characteristics of yourself to level up? Or both?
Why you gotta come at me like that? That's a rough question because
I got to.
Ego. So I feel like I have both pieces, right? Because ego says that's not who I am, and so that's not what I'm gonna do, right? But characteristics are like, all right, every day I make sure that I brush my teeth and I do this over here and I wear this kind of clothing, right? So I feel like you have to kill a little bit of both, man. Like, because ego will keep you where you are because of what you've always known and experienced. So you have to kill little pieces of that at a time. Like, I don't think you can kill it all together because I feel like I would snap if I
always saw ego as arrogance. Is that bad?
That could be a part of it. Yeah, ego could be arrogant. Absolutely. It's not bad, but ego can.
I don't like using ego in my vocabulary.
No?
No.
So I mean, I feel like I kill pieces of my ego every day. Like, you have to be able to be like, oh, that's not who I am, but this is who I want to be. So I have to change this part of my ego. Like, this is not. I'm not explaining it. It's hard to explain, but I do think it's a little bit of both.
I personally need to grab the definition because I honestly.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I feel like an ego is like it's like, what do you feel is important to yourself, kind of thing.
I think of
so it could be good or bad.
I think of the term morals, not ego. It's me. This is me. So I'm learning.
Yo, Google it. Google ego. What is the ego?
Right. It says a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. So to what y'all saying. So that's why I'm like, that's interesting. A sense of self-esteem or self-importance.
Well, is morals a part of an ego? Like, maybe is that all a part of it?
It doesn't. So it doesn't give me like, it just says self-esteem, self-importance, self-worth, self-respect. Oh, here's another good one. Meditates between the conscious and the unconscious.
Yes.
Responsible for reality testing.
Yes.
See, okay, so I guess that's why I kind of think of ego as a.
I like that one. I feel like that's the best one for when I'm saying like you do have to kill of that. Yeah, that.
Yeah. I see where y'all going with that. Okay, sorry, y'all. Continue.
No, we like.
I'm elevating.
That's right. We like that over here. I'm here for it. What about you, Kiki? What you think? Do you think we have to kill pieces of our ego or characteristics, or you think it's something separate, like altogether?
I guess based off of the definition of what an ego is, you would have to try to kill some parts of it. Yeah, you have to trim some parts of yourself down. Honestly, like in all aspects, ego characteristics, because you can't be who you were in order to get to the next level. So yeah, you'll definitely have to alter some things. You'll have to open your eyes to some things. You'll have to realize you're wrong in some
Ooh,
aspects.
tell me
And that's a
Or
big
that
one.
you don't know something.
Yeah, you have to
tell
be
me
okay
about
with being ignorant to some things, and that's what's going to help you to
yeah.
elevate. And once you unlock that piece of you, you really can go far.
Yo, I used to be embarrassed to be like learning things, but now I'm not embarrassed. It's like, nah, I don't know for real. They be like, you really don't know? Like, nah, I'm dead ass. I don't know. Like,
Hmm.
it to me. Like, can you show me like what it means? Like, before I used to be embarrassed because people be laughing when you don't know something. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that I've always been comfortable in not knowing. If I don't know, then I don't know. So no, teach me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
I
love
love learning
learning.
something new.
I
I
love
love it because
learning.
you're just adding to me at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, now that I know that, I know how to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like I'm okay. I'm always okay with not knowing. Even when I'm teaching new people or if I have mentees or something, I tell them, listen, I don't know what I don't know. So if you ask me a question and I don't know, I will tell you I'm gonna get back to you. Even though I know I'm your mentor for now, I'm gonna let you know I don't know everything.
Yep.
Yep. And honestly, that's what makes you a great leader too. Like I
Yeah.
had to tell somebody that took my old position, she called me almost in tears, like just saying how she just feels like she's not ready for the position like she thought, and she just doesn't know all the aspects of the position. And I was like, then you're perfect for the position. I said the point of that
Yeah.
position is not for you to know the answers, but if you can determine how to get to that answer, you and the trainees could go learn it together.
Yeah, you'll be
Yep.
fine.
And that shows that you're a great leader because you can say, I don't know.
I don't know. Let me find out. And then you know. Just don't forget that shit because you just learned.
You just learned
Right.
it. Yes.
You just learned
And
it.
Any
implement it.
challenge, that's
Keep
the
going.
challenge. Okay,
Yep.
you know it now. So now you got to remember it.
Yes. Unlocked a new level.
um, have you ever reverted back to your old self?
And some pieces, yeah. Some pieces, yeah. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like we all have like I said, even when it comes to food, like I went completely vegan and then reverted back. Not a
Yep.
good
You
feeling.
can like years and now reverted back. So
Not
trust me,
a good feeling.
I get it. I feel you.
Yeah, not a good feeling. So not a good feeling.
But now you have the frame of reference to be able to combine the two. Like maybe you do 3 days a week or 2 days a week just vegan.
Right.
You
That's what happened.
now you
So
have that information.
but that's what happened. I was like, maybe I'll do like 3 days and
Yeah.
then two. That's what I'm doing now.
Yep.
It
Yep.
still feels like a complete 100% revert.
Yeah. I mean,
It's weird, right?
embrace it because like now, like once you have that tool, you have that information, right? Like you can move how you need to move.
Well, I would say this. The only time that I've ever have to revert back to my old self is because something didn't work in me trying to level up. Like it's
Yeah.
almost like I tried to jump and missed. So I
Ooh,
jumped back down to
you
my
gotta
old
reset
self
your
and was
footing.
like,
Whoa.
let me recoup. Like, whoa,
Almost broken ankle. Almost broken
whoa.
ankle.
Hold on
All
to the
right,
wall a little bit. Let me hold on to this banister.
let me get my balance. Hold on a second. And let me try this again over here. Because
Yep,
clearly that's
yep.
not where I was supposed to
Let me
go.
Oh,
So
so that's what it was. It was about you finally get to the place, you're like, okay, did the vegan thing, let me go to the middle, and you finally get there, you go, I don't like it here. That's what it is. That's where I'm at right now. I don't like it here. So now I gotta I thought this would be like the perfect key for me, and it's not. And I think I'm a little disappointed because I did still want a little bit of both. what are some things that you're not going to change? What do you feel like you're going to keep the same for life?
One of the things I think I'm definitely going to keep for life is an openness to change, like just being open to it. I'm always going to keep that because
the only thing constant is change.
The only thing constant is change. And also, like, I don't want to cage my mind in a way that could possibly hinder my legacy, right? So I want to, like, that's something I'm going to always embrace. It's saddening me that I think I'm going to have to stop traveling for a little bit this year. That's what I said earlier when you was mentioning about Kiki told you, like, where you want to go. Like, you're going to have to stop traveling and kind of like.
But it's going to be great. Because usually I travel all year round, and I realized, let me just travel for what's important. So I had, it just all hit at once. So everybody thinks I'm doing a lot, but I didn't travel all first, second, and partially third quarter. And then mid third quarter hit, I went to Africa, I went to Philly. And then, now it's the end of the year. So now it's Thanksgiving and then Christmas. But like the random trips, I stopped the random trips. I stopped the random weekends of going somewhere, even if it's like next state over, like little stuff like that. It definitely goes a long way. I will say that. Now that I've practiced it, it goes a long way. Now, does it kill your soul just a little bit? Kind of. But you remind yourself, I'm not canceling traveling. I just have to diminish it for a little bit so I can get to a place where I could travel whenever I want to. It's worth the sacrifice. Because like, imagine just traveling, like no 9 to 5, traveling where you want, doing exactly what you want to do. And if I have to give up a few trips for that, hell yeah. Like, I was supposed to go to Vegas this year. I didn't go, and I go every year for a convention. I was supposed to go. My sorority's turning 100 years. I was supposed to go to Indy for that. Didn't go to that.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, in November, we're actually turning, November, which is next week, we're actually turning 100 years. And I had an opportunity to go to Indy again, still not going. And those are the sacrifices of like, can I do it? Absolutely. What is the worth, though? What is the worth?
I see
what is the worth. Is it really worth me going for a few laughs, kiki, and some pictures? I'll be all right. I'll be all right. But I give that all to Kiki. Kiki had to, when we were sitting down and we were talking about our dreams and what I truly wanted to do, she was like, I mean, you can afford it. You just gotta not do this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, but I feel like Beleza and Gigi, I feel like y'all both are at a certain level that y'all can really unlock some things, but it just takes the discipline.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Y'all can really, like, I feel like y'all both can really soar in certain aspects and get everything that you're asking for, but you have to be disciplined for a short amount of time.
I agree.
And that's difficult.
It is, but to your point, because I'm putting it into practice, I see it and I'm here for it. That's why I'm like, I don't want to restart days anymore. I'm at that point.
What you mean? Yeah.
I don't want to restart days anymore because it is working. So if I know it's working, why am I doing shit that I know doesn't work? I'm just being stupid. To Kiki's point, like you're literally giving me the key to unlock it, and I got the key in my hand, and I'm sitting at the door. That's crazy. Ain't that crazy? That sounds crazy.
Very crazy. That sounds very wild.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. So yeah, unlock it. I mean, you have the key to unlock it. You found the key, especially when you found the key. The hard part is finding the keys.
Yeah, I think that you have to be able to escape reality a little bit to level up. Like, you can't look at your reality now because then you won't get to that next level. You have to be able to envision and see that level and then take that next step.
Yeah, you gotta see it differently. Don't This was great, y'all.
Oh, it was good.
We had a great time. Any takeaways or anything you would say on this one?
My one takeaway is things need to be like killed off, like you said, and some things just need to be like allowed to fall off and fall away. not everything for me needs to be killed off, and that's something I learned from this chit chat we had today, because I often feel like I have to be the extreme and kill it off, but I like letting things kind of fall away. I think that method sounds nice.
Yeah, that's nature.
Mm-hmm.
Things fall. They don't technically die. They, leaves fall, but they bloom.
Yeah, they grow back.
Yeah. What about you, Keeks?
I would say if you are not comfortable with fully killing yourself in certain stages, start to shave things, and that will help you to transition.
She's like, start with shaving and then start killing.
Start with the trimming process, like cutting pieces, piece by piece, and also be patient.
Big chop.
Don't go full Brazilian. Start with a razor.
But yes, and be patient with yourself in the journey, because there's gonna be avenues of yourself that you're just like Gigi says, flying by the seat of your pants, and you're like, what is going on? But just be patient, because the process is working. It may not work the way you think it should look, but it's working.
That's where I'm at. I'm trying to stay focused. It's like there's no going back, especially when you're full force. I would say
absolutely not.
And hopefully this makes sense, y'all. Don't kill yourself when you're trying to kill elements of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like don't try to do everything at once either. Like piece it off, one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Do what works for you. Some people it works for them to try everything at once and throw everything, and then see what makes them excited, and that's where they have their focus. But do what works for you. Whatever your method is, it may be crazy, but you know what? The people who are called crazy are the millionaires. So think about that. All right, y'all. Well, we appreciate y'all coming through on this episode. This one was fun. Everyone is fun, but this one's very insightful. Hopefully y'all learned something. Definitely hit us up on all social media platforms and our website at 30andamess.com or 30andamess, our handle. That's 30andamess. We love y'all. We will see you on the next episode. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend if you're listening to this on the weekend, or you have an amazing week if you're listening to it on a Monday. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Bye.